Last night we must have had 9 inches of snow. It's difficult to see really because it's melted rapidly overnight, although it feels quite cold. Maybe this gives a clearer idea of how much snow we had. The sky looks like there might be more to come. The forecast is for some flakes. As you can probably hear, the snow is still quite crunchy. I didn't make these tracks. Dotty, the cat, is on heat, and we've been plagued by lots of toms coming round yowling, and Dotty yowling to go out. It's pretty quiet, although someone over there is cutting some firewood by the sounds of it with the chainsaw. Most of the snow has actually gone since last night because it was very, very deep. But there is no horizon, so it could well be that we're due for some more. It must be quite busy out here overnight. The field is crisscrossed with tracks. But of course I don't know if that's normal or whether it is just tomcats trying their luck. We had snow one day last year, if you remember. Interesting to see how long this will last, because the forecast for the next few days is cold. The road's not been gritted, just a fraction warmer than the ground. I don't think there'll be any frogs swimming around today, but it's still, what is it, 6 degrees in the water. So hopefully no danger of anything freezing at the moment. We'll have a look at the potager and see how that's looking. There's nothing really planted in it apart from that everlasting chard. I wonder how often this sort of weather arrives. There is an amber warning, or orange as they call it, an orange warning here. So it's not commonplace. This is a cat who spent the last 2 nights out with tomcats, and she's exhausted. You can see the attraction here. That fire's lovely and warm. It's about 12 o'clock now. The snow is rapidly melting, but from the look of the horizon there, we might be getting more. It looks a bit different to this morning, doesn't it? It's 4:30 and most of the snow has now melted. Well, she's called. Now Tom, with only one eye, has come out. We don't know whether Dottie's coming for a walk with us. Doesn't look like she is. Oh, she might be. Don't know if she knows what she's doing. Oh yeah. And there was a ginger Tom just over there as well. It's like an Attenborough wildlife programme, isn't it?
It's growling, isn't it? It's like a wild cat.
Yes, with his one eye. One good eye. The ginger Tom was around a minute ago, but appears to have been chased off. But this stray or feral cat or whatever, he's not particularly frightened of us. Rather. Here we are, looking at the remains of the snow. Most of it's gone. She can't decide whether to follow us or sit and howl until a Tom comes. Come on, Dottie, come on. Yep, we're waiting for you. Come on in, puss. Come on, he's not coming. There's no Toms, we can see them. Come on.
Cooking.
What a way to end a cold, slushy day. Homemade pizza. We're just going to Albi. This is Friday. It snowed a little bit last night. Not much. But as you can see, -1. And of course, none of the roads are gritted. But I should imagine the main road will be clear. Saturday morning. It has been lightly snowing. I'll come here to take some ash down to the compost, and it's not thick, but it is frozen. It's Monday morning. Oh. It's Monday morning and it's still cold. As you can see, it's even snowing a little bit now, although I don't think it's going to last. But it's been unexpectedly cold. I don't think in the last 2 or 3 days the temperature's got above freezing, so we've still got snow. Anyway, I need to get on with a couple of jobs regardless of the weather. The first of which is greasing the kingpins, etc. on my caban. Which is here. I think I'll shut the door today. It's in the big shed. And we're slowly working through the firewood as well. Although these big ones, they're going to last a while when we eventually split them. and I forgot to get the grease for the knife edges. Everything on the car is more difficult when your fingers are stuck in that position. I've got an operation in just over another month on the left one, which hopefully will make things easier. That's fairly normal. We don't get a lot of post. It just looks so cold. Anyway, we're back. We're going to England next week. C5 needs an MOT and other stuff, of course. And then it's just a short trip and we'll be back, by which time hopefully the worst of this weather will be gone. We're doing our best for the birds here, but that seed thing, I filled it up at 9 o'clock. That's 3 hours ago and it's gone. And the fat balls, they're enjoying as well. That they are really loving those seeds. I'll just fill those up again. The view from the top of our compost heap. I've had enough of the snow now. It can go, thank you very much. That brief episode of excitement appears to be over, and she's resorted to her usual self of sleeping most of the day and only going out when forced. She is, of course, quite close to the fire. Tuesday morning, here's the rain gauge. As you can see, it's still frozen solid. Nearly 15 millimetres of precipitation, but solid ice. This is not what we signed up for. Look, it's still hanging around, and we're bored of it now. This is quite close to the house. And look how thick that ice is. The sun has come out though, and it is fractionally warmer. You can hear the drops of things melting. At last, the sun's come out, and that's the rain gauge ice melting. Now the weather's got a little warmer, and I'm talking 1 degree probably, but it's dry, so we're going to continue chipping the wood, the mess that we created a few days ago when we opened up the hedge. So I've got my loppers, and there's the pile to prepare. The object is to get them as straight as possible, because if there's an elbow in them, they won't go down the chute. You may remember this woods was all covered with brambles, ronces in French. Well, we cut most of it, but the flail doesn't do everything, so we now have to go around by hand and take off all the brambles that are growing back, and it's going to take quite some time. We've just finished work for the day, so we're going on a little walk with Dottie, who's back to her normal self now, sleeping all day and having to be forced out for a walk. Come on, puss. She does know that after the walk, when she comes in, she gets her food.